trees and its spiritual significance. Let's first try to understand from this perspective. Later, I will also be covering from science, ecology, and philosophical approaches too. So stay tuned till the end of the video to understand the whole essence. When we talk about Vedic roots, texts like the Rig Veda and Atharva Veda mention trees as embodiments of divine forces. The people trees associated with Lord Vishnu, the banyan with Lord Shiva, and the neem with Goddess Durga. The Skanda Purana and Padma Purana describes trees as abodes of deities or cosmic pillars connecting heaven, earth, and underworld. Now, this is a huge concept for us. We cannot look at this only from a fulfilling point of view. Our granthas were written in a very complex way. A deeper meaning would have been written as a simple passage. Rishis and scholars had that understanding frequency, but with some scriptures missing. As time passed, with our limited knowledge, we need to decode these. Now, coming back to the main topic. So, what are the Skanda Puranam and Padma Puranam saying here? By the phrase, trees are abodes of deities or cosmic pillars connecting heaven, earth, and underworld. Does it mean they are the connecting channels? But how? How can a tree, which is stationary in its position, connect not only to the other tree, but connects different lokas? Here, science comes into our rescue to understand. Remember the Avatar movie where they had the mother tree, which was sacred and acted like a life source. In science, they are called mother trees. Yes, you heard it right. Even science approves of this. According to science, we have mother trees, which are the oldest gigantic trees, Mahavrukshas, with deep root systems, which act like a hub, energy sources. At the same time, we have sub-hubs, which means larger trees, but approximately with the age of 100-200 years. These act like connecting hubs. Now, coming to the most curious question. How are these different hubs connected? It is not possible to have root systems so long that it reaches one another. Now, here, science explains this through Wood Wide Web theory. According to this theory, trees have underground network of mycorrhizal fungi that connects trees and plants. This is present on the roots and act like message signal carriers. Through this fungi, they communicate with other trees and different tree hubs. Mind-blowing, isn't it? Let me give you an example. I'm sure our farmers approve of this. Sometimes when huge swarm of fireflies or any other insects attack the farms, just before these insects attack, some plants produce a typical chemical combined with a peculiar smell, which keeps these insects away, acting like a means to protect themselves. Now, if you're calling this as a defense mechanism, then my question is, before the swarm attack, how did these plants know something like this is going to happen? And they get time to prepare themselves. Here comes the wood web vibe theory, where information has been transmitted by the fungi about the danger, which means they are talking to each other, which means they're all connected. Now, science has proved this connection between trees. But what about other elements like environment, rocks, water bodies? There is much more for science to identify. Now, let's talk about symbolism. Trees represent life, fertility, and immortality due to their longevity and ability to regenerate. Tying threads or offering prayers symbolizes a bond with the divine, seeking blessings for prosperity, progeny, or wish fulfillment. In temples, specific trees are believed to act as conduits to deities. For instance, the peepal tree is considered a wish-fulfilling tree, Kalpavriksha. In some traditions, where devotees express desires, believing the tree's spiritual energy amplifies their prayers, a channel to send the message into the cosmos of what you need, so that in return, cosmos can favor you with positive vibrations. Remember, Lord Krishna spoke about this in Bhagavad Gita. While the wood wide web theory is a modern ecological concept describing fungal network connecting trees, Lord Krishna's teachings offer a spiritual parallel. Both suggest interconnected systems. Krishna, through divine unity, and the wood wide web theory, biological network. While science is still limited, Lord Krishna's view is broader, encompassing not just ecosystem but the entire cosmos, unified by consciousness and divine will. And this is the reason we pray to the Mahavrukshas, not only for preservation but to connect ourselves with the cosmos through the channel of the trees and let our wishes reverberate in the cosmos and receive positive vibrations. We are not done here. Here, in my next video, I will elaborate other science-based findings and relate them to what our Granthas have already spoken. Let's revive our lost knowledge. Stay tuned.